Yo, what's good, family? It's the kid, Professor X. Welcome to Crowns Up, episode number 2. If you're first tuning in, we appreciate you rocking with us, whether you're watching us on YouTube, Facebook, IGTV, or whatever, or you listening to us on SoundCloud, Apple Music, Google Play, Tidal, Spotify. However way you're getting this, we appreciate you, man. For those who are tuning in, Crowns Up is a podcast dedicated to all those who are hip-hop lovers, all those who love God, and those that are trying to make something happen in their life. We're trying to keep your soul lit and your crown fit. All right, so each episode we're going to have somebody different, or we might have some returners who come and give their insight on things dealing with hip-hop, things dealing with the culture, things that dealing with faith, and we have some great, raw, authentic, dope conversations. All right, and so our first guest today is my main man, Richie Rich.
What's up?
Yo, Rich, what's poppin', man?
What's up, man?
You good? Good to see you, baby. Appreciate you rocking with us, man. You were the first guest on this joint.
Hey.
How you feel about that, man?
Hey, it's time to turn up, baby.
Hey, it's time to turn up. Yo, Rich, I want you to introduce yourself to the people, for those that may not know who you are, know your background, know your history. So yeah, what's your deal with hip hop? Tell us your story, man.
Radio guy all day long. Been in radio 10 years. New York, Boston, Baltimore, DC, and now I'm in Atlanta rocking out.
Man, 10 years, man. You a vet.
That's what they call it, man.
You a vet, dog. 10 years. You do anything for 10 years, man. You got to go into like living legend status.
Nah,
How
I'm
you-
chilling, man.
How you feel about that,
I'm
man?
making no noise.
You making a whole lot of noise, all right?
Low key with it.
Whatever. Rich trying to be real humble, all right? My man used to work for Hot 97, okay? WPGC. If you know anything about those two radio stations, you know they are staples in the hip-hop community, all right?
Absolutely.
So my man has been around, and now he's working for none other than V103, man.
Yes, sir.
The People Station.
Atlanta station.
Atlanta, number 1.
Yes.
Man, so first, how do you feel about, you came from California,
Right.
you know what I mean, and you moved to DC,
Right.
and then from DC, you're here in the A.
Right.
What do you feel like is the biggest difference or that you've noticed between not only just stations, but just in general environment? Like, what's your take? You know, how you liking the A?
The A is cool. Everybody's generally happy. And DC is frown faces. You know
Right,
what I'm saying?
yeah.
Everybody's mean mugging, everybody's upset.
Yeah.
It's more loving down there. Southern hospitality, as they call it.
It is Southern hospitality, a lot of it. All right, so something about the podcast that we like to deal with, like 3 topics, right? One is what's going on, what's good with the culture. You know, there's a lot of things that's happening in hip hop, so we like to talk about it. Another thing is crossroads, is dealing with faith or whatever like that. And we try to tackle that. And then my favorite is our top 5. You know what I mean? So we're gonna get into that later on, which I'm sure is gonna be real raw because I know you said some outlandish stuff. So I think it's gonna be good. All right, so Rich, we gotta talk about what's good with the culture.
Yeah.
All right, so you know, and some of y'all who may be tuning in, y'all may not know, Harlem's finest ASAP Rocky is locked up right now
Right.
in Sweden. Apparently, ASAP was out there with his friends hanging out. There was some dudes that started following him. You see ASAP on camera telling them like, yo, fall back. I really don't want no problems. We don't want no problems with you, dog. Like, relax, okay? Apparently, they didn't take the memo, you know, and so ASAP and his buddies put a hurting on him, and now he's locked up.
Right.
How do you feel about our perception in other countries or how we should handle ourselves when we're outside of the States? You know, whether it's being a black artist or being just a black man in general. You know what I mean? What's your take, man?
Well, I feel like it's the same thing that would have happened here.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? It's just in a different country. So we have to act accordingly just the way we act here.
Yeah.
I mean, if they don't lock us up in Sweden, they definitely don't lock us up here.
Facts.
You know what I'm
Facts.
saying? So we got to be careful no matter where we go.
Yeah, man.
You know what I'm saying? It's hard. It's hard to be a black man anywhere in this world.
You're right.
We're perceived that way everywhere. And it's not just in America. It's
Okay.
everywhere.
Okay.
They see black men because they see TV, they see images just like we see.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So they're not seeing positive images of us.
Yeah.
All they see is negative images.
Yeah.
Images of us.
Yeah, man. I think it's messed up because it's like, I don't know what ASAP was over there for in the first place. Maybe he was on some fashion tip, or maybe he was doing some shows or whatever. But you don't go over to a place trying to find trouble. You know what I mean? And it feels like sometimes troubles end up finding you. You know, and then when you start to defend yourself, then it's like, man, that's crazy. I know a popular radio show, you know, The Morning Culture with Frank Ski, J Nova, and JR. Frank was talking about it, and he was saying how like he ain't have a good lawyer enough to like go call him up and be like, get him out. But should it take all that? Like,
it shouldn't take all that, but I mean, at the end of the day, it's their government.
Yeah.
And
not ours.
no matter how good your lawyer is, it's their government.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He could be good here, but he could be whack over there.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying?
Facts. Well, man, prayers going up to ASAP, man. I hope you get out soon. If you watching with somebody who knows him, man, I hope he gets out soon, man.
Right.
We don't want him locked up for too long. We need some music or something.
Yeah, and Tiger actually canceled the show over there.
Word?
Yeah, because they ASAP's locked up.
And Tyler the Creator too.
Okay.
A whole lot of people are saying like I'm not banging with Sweden or
As they should.
as they should. We gotta stand united, right?
Yeah.
Fact. Something else that is going on in the culture, and I like to take your insight, and then we're gonna move on. Is this JD, Jermaine Dupri, So Def, Atlanta's own?
Right.
He just made a statement out on IGTV. I guess he was not even IG. I think he was being interviewed,
Right.
and somebody asked him about his take on female MCs, right? With
Right.
MCs. There's a whole lot of them out right now,
Right.
which is great. Salute to all MCs, But they was asking him like how he felt, and he felt like a lot of the music was sounding real similar.
Right.
As far as like, he said that he feels like a lot of them will talk about, the strippers who are now rapping, and now they're talking about just their experience and stuff. There's no diversity.
Right.
From your take as being a hip hop connoisseur, right? Do you agree with him? Do you disagree? What's your take on like how female MCs are right now and their content and diversity and stuff?
I mean, that's just what the game is right now. I mean, there's no point in criticizing it. If you flip it on the other side, all the dudes is talking about how many bitches they got, how many drugs they sell, how much clothes they got.
Yeah.
That's the same shit. And
Yeah.
going on for however many years.
Yeah.
It's the same thing. So if they're talking about the same thing, that's what people want to hear. And they're talking about the same thing.
Yeah.
That's what people want to hear. I don't want to knock them. That's how they make their money.
Yeah, I think JD is not recognizing the other. There's a lot of diversity in female hip hop. There's a lot of diversity in hip hop, period. Okay.
Right.
However, the mainstream audience is not picking up on the Tierra Whacks, the Rhapsodies who Grammy nominated.
Absolutely.
Yes, we got Cardi and Nicki. You know what I mean? We got Megan Thee Stallion, Cash Doll, Sweetie. Stefflon Don. You got a whole lot of different artists who are promoting different things. And I think Cardi clapped back, and it wasn't like beef. People want to try to say beef. It ain't beef. But she made her opinion, said, yo, there are a lot of female rappers out there who are doing a lot of good stuff.
Right.
You know what I mean? And they are actually promoting a different type of content. The problem is people aren't supporting that content. You know what I mean? And if you're not supporting that content, then they're not going to get the type of push that they deserve, And so she even said that she tried on Be Careful, like,
Great record.
yeah, great record. One of my favorite ones on the whole album, you know what I mean? That she tried to push a different type of narrative, and her fans and different people were coming at her like, yo, all you want me to do is talk about my vagina or making a clap or stripping, that's what you support. You want me to twerk, so that's what I'm gonna do.
Right.
Should as an artist though we do that? Like, shouldn't we have some type of backbone and be like,
I mean, you gotta give your core fans what they want because they're the
Okay.
ones that make the money. But then again, you still, I feel like you gotta show your versatility on the album.
Facts.
You may do different type of songs.
Yeah.
Show that you can be this and that.
Yeah.
Instead of being one track. Because one track is only 2 or 3 years in the game.
Yeah. I definitely feel you. You know what I mean? Because I think the great artists, they give you the club banger, but they also give you that deep cut.
Right.
And a lot of women are actually saying that there's a double standard because we don't ask men, or we don't hold men to the same type of evaluation. We're not sitting there saying, Lil Pump, why you not sitting there making a record like Cole?
Right.
Cole, why you not making a record like Juicy J? Like,
Yeah.
we allow that diversity, but we don't allow it in the same female.
I'm not listening to that.
I'm not listening to Pump either. I'm just saying that,
I barely listen to Juicy J.
Yeah.
So,
What I'm saying is, we're not comparing and we're not using the same type of standard.
I don't think that's fair because so many rap men compared to a small few of rap women in the game. There's just so many of this.
Okay.
So if you want to listen to a man, you can get anything you want, and it's hundreds of them who rap like this style.
Yeah.
So and it's just a small few of women. So
that are actually doing it, or that we know about.
they actually know about it.
Okay. All right.
Can you name 10 rappers, 10 women rappers off the top of your head right now?
I'm sure I can. You want me to go?
Try.
Okay, let's go. Kim, Fox, Eve.
Wait.
Ram.
Are they doing it right now?
Kim, okay, not right now. All right, let's go. Let's do Dej Loaf. Let's do Young and May. Let's go with Stephon Don, Tierra Whack, Cash Doll, Nicki Minaj, Cardi B, Rhapsody, Megan Thee Stallion, and I know this one. Did I say Sweetie already?
No.
Sweetie. That's 10.
How many of them do you listen to?
I listen to Megan. I think Megan's hard. I definitely listen to Nicki because Nicki's my favorite. Cardi, I listen to Invasion of Privacy. It's good. Tierra Whack, I really like.
I've never heard of her.
She from Philly.
I never heard of her.
Tierra Whack, she from Philly. She spitting like she got bars. You know what I mean? But I don't listen to like Cash Doll. You know what I mean? I don't listen to Sweetie that much. You know, on the radio. You know. But the point I think though is it is kind of difficult when you don't have that plethora.
Right.
But I think they should be able to talk about whatever they want to talk about, and we as a consumer need to be able to support those artists that we gotta get out the box though.
I mean, if I like the beat, I like the flow, I'm gonna listen to it anyway.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm not really supporting the City Girls is talking about, but I
forgot all about City Girls. They number one. Like,
you know what I'm saying?
but I ain't about scamming them.
I'm not about it either. but I like the flow on the joint, I like the beat on the joint. It's a good record.
Yeah.
Last bitch, good.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's a good joint.
It is. All right, so family, that's what's good with the culture. Support your favorite female MC. Support these MCs, man. Like, they're spitting bars, they're putting time and creativity and content out. Support them, man.
Big shout out Ari Lennox. She just dropped a diss record for JB.
Oh, word?
Yeah.
Oh, shoot.
Yeah.
I gotta go listen to that. Shout out to Ari. Shout out to Dreamville. Speaking of, let's get into. There's a lot of new music out.
Mm-hmm.
Have you been listening to anything? What you been listening to lately?
Jay-Z.
All right. Rich over here just listening to Jay-Z. You know what I mean?
I mean, what else am I supposed to do?
What I'm saying is there's new music, dog. You can go listen. You can listen to Dreamville.
I haven't listened to it yet.
You gotta listen to it. It's pretty good. I like it. Got a couple of bangers on there. Big Crit just dropped. Crit hit. I didn't get a chance to listen to it yet, but I plan on it.
Right.
Crit's one of my favorites. Let's see. Breezy dropped Indigo, 30 songs.
Right.
You know what I mean? So you know he's gonna have some joints on there.
He got the controversy
With the joint, yeah. You got a controversy. How you feel about that? You think is it preference or is it okay? Let me get the people what it is. All right, so Breezy has a song called Racks with I think Joyner Lucas is on it and Juicy. Is Juicy on it? I know Joyner definitely on it, right? And he says I only mess with black women with the good hair. Right? He didn't call them women, of course. But that's what he said. And there's a whole uproar about whether or not he should be, dealing with black women with good hair or not. Is it, colorism, all that stuff, right? I mean, and people are like, yo, it's preference.
Right.
What do you think?
I think everybody has a preference.
Everybody has a preference.
I mean, I just think the fact that he actually said it, and it's Chris Brown, and women are very sensitive right now with this Me Too movement. You can't say it public.
But I don't even think it's the Me Too. What I think is like if you look at his track record of women.
I mean, that's what he likes.
Yeah. But what I would say is, and I had a woman who's natural, right? Mm-hmm. We don't know that good hair means unnatural. Right. Or does it mean just straight? As long as it's, I would say that he's probably saying it's not natural. But you can have curly natural hair and it not be natural. It can be taken care of, you know what I mean? But I think I'm not a woman, you know what I mean? So maybe, if a woman said I only like dudes with, bald heads or
that would be no issue.
Yeah. Nobody.
But the fact that Chris Brown said it,
maybe they want him to uplift his women. I don't know.
It's his preference,
right? Leave Breezy alone. All right, cool. All right, so we're gonna get into our Crossroads segment. Like I said, we deal with a topic of faith. You know what I mean? I want to know what your thoughts are. So I was doing some research. I'm actually writing a book called Crossroads, and there's a chapter where I talk about millennials, like in the church. And there's a statistic, I don't know if you know about it, but it's like 57% of millennials who are our age if you grew up in church, are leaving church.
Right.
They're not even there no more, right? Black millennials, I think they said they're 67% more than white millennials to leave church at a younger, like as they get into like adulthood, quicker, right? So from where you from, how you grew up, your people that you know, right? Do you feel like this statistic is accurate? Like, why do you think like millennials are not going to church or not dealing with faith or whatever like that? What's your
it's a
take?
combination of both because I think millennials are working harder than our parents had to work.
Okay.
They work 2 and 3 jobs, and waking up on Sunday morning isn't a priority for somebody to go to work. I'm going to church because we got to work and stuff like that, and just want to sleep in.
Yeah.
Plus, I feel like our generation was forced to go to church every Sunday.
Fact, we were.
And it's like, I'm bored. Like, I grew up in a Catholic church.
Okay.
And going to Catholic church, I was bored every Sunday.
Yeah.
Until I found the church. When I got older, it took a woman to take me to church, to a different type of church.
Yeah.
And be like, okay, this is dope. I can do this.
I can rock with it.
You know what I'm saying? Instead of going to Catholic church and doing the same routine every Sunday.
Yeah.
It was just like awful.
Yeah.
And I just couldn't take it. So I think a combination of both of those.
Yeah. So it's not being exposed to like real authentic like churches that really like hit and touch people,
Right.
but also like lifestyle balance, like, you know.
Yeah.
Okay.
Plus the, you know, I mean, people don't trust the church anymore.
Let's talk about it. Why people don't trust it?
I mean, the internet's out, so every time a pastor does something,
Yeah.
you don't know about it.
Yeah.
This pastor was cheating, this pastor was messing with little boys. Look at all the Catholics, they're messing with little boys. and
Yeah,
stuff
yeah,
like that.
yeah,
It's
yeah.
like why go be with the hypocrites?
Yeah.
Because the people who tell you to go to church is doing the same stuff they're telling you not to do.
Right,
So
yeah.
it's like,
Yeah.
what do I do with this?
But so is that to say that there's a thought that people in church are supposed to live a certain different type of lifestyle than the people who just not in church? Like,
Well, if you're in church, and don't criticize me for not being in church.
right.
That's one, especially when you're doing the same thing I do when you get out of church.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's just a lot of hypocrites in church.
Yeah. I mean, but there's hypocrites at work. There's hypocrites at school.
Yeah.
There's hypocrites in the neighborhood. There's hypocrites in the park. There's hypocrites everywhere, though.
We have to go to work. We
Right.
have to go to school.
But don't you think your soul is important that you should have to go?
Yes, but it's not in our society. It's an option.
Okay. That's good. That's good. I think that.
Mine is good.
Shut up. I think that a lot of people, millennials don't go to church. I agree with you. I think it's because lifestyle choices. Like sometimes they just lazy and they don't feel like going.
The club
Sometimes.
don't end till 3 on Saturday.
Right, you gotta wake up at 9. You gotta wake really at 8 to
Yeah.
try to get to 9
Yeah.
or 10 based on where you go. But I think a lot of people don't go because they're tired of the BS.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I think those that grew up, especially if you are serving or you doing stuff, and we can't reconcile, you're right, the hypocrisy.
Right.
Like, or acknowledge that we're flawed individuals.
Right.
You know what I mean? So if I see that you flawed and this is something you're dealing with, I have not developed the maturity enough to be able to handle your flaw.
Yeah.
Same thing as in a relationship.
Yeah.
We get in a relationship, you see your girl, got an issue or flaw. Because you are used to leaving
Right.
and not working out, you automatically, you messed up? All right, I ain't got to deal with this. I can go somewhere else. And I think those combination of things are the reason why people are. And I think also their faith isn't sticking to it.
Yeah. Well, another thing, people don't associate church with fun. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's at all.
Yeah.
People associate church with
Trash.
literally
Trash.
over.
Yeah.
Like my church in DC, like they'll have nights where you just come and play cards.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You go watch movies and do
Yeah.
some fun stuff.
Yeah.
Like that's what I think. What I love my church.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Then you can watch it online. You can get up sometimes.
Yeah,
You know
yeah.
what I'm saying? So
Make it
I think
convenient.
It's very convenient.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
I mean, that's real. Shoot, you might need to start church, Rich.
Bruh,
I go to Richard.
I'm not the one.
I go to Richard.
I'm not the one.
We got DJ set up, you know what I mean? You know what I mean?
I'm not the one.
Give online, you know what I mean? Pull up the couches. No?
I live my lifestyle.
I think that you probably the best candidate. Okay. All right. So we talked about Crossroads. We talked about what's good with the culture. All right, let's get into it. Okay.
What's that?
Top 5.
Jay-Z.
All right. Now here's the thing. Should we do top
Jay-Z.
5 of all time, or should we do top 5 current?
Let's do both.
All right. Top 5 of all time. All right, Rich. Give me your top 5 of all time.
5, Andre 3000.
He's at number 5.
He's at number 5.
Okay.
4, Nas.
Okay.
3, Tupac Shakur.
Okay.
2, Notorious B.I.G.
Okay.
And 1A, 1B, 1C, 1D, 1E, J-Z.
All right.
Greatest ever.
The greatest of all time. Okay.
By far.
All right. I'm gonna give mine.
Mind you, I've been saying that since the 90s, late 90s.
He's been saying this since the late 90s. Okay.
I'm not new to this.
All right. We have some agreements, maybe not in order. We have agreements, but I'm gonna ruffle you first. All right. I'm gonna go with number 1, Sean Carter, Jay-Z.
Of course.
We can agree on that. Number 2, I'm giving it to Eminem. Number three, I'm gonna give it to Nas. Number 4, I'm gonna give it to Kiss. Jada, that is. Jada Kiss.
This list sucks.
And number 5,
This list sucks.
I'm in a tough predicament because it's hard to split between, for me, Rakim or LL. And this is why. This is why, right? I am from Brooklyn. I do love Big. Okay, I love Big. But I feel like in the 2 albums that he had, I don't count Born Again because it's posthumous, right? In the 2 albums, I feel like he was a great storyteller. I just listened to Ready to Die coming back from Brooklyn too. Great storytelling, great, like he makes you paint the picture, right? Wordplay, you know what I mean? And maybe it's because I grew up in the 2000s and I'm very punchline heavy. You know what I mean? I don't feel like Big gave me enough punchline. I feel like he had enough work to be able to sit there. But I'm not knocking people for putting them in the greatest of all time. You know what I mean?
Impact he made.
He did. Impact. You're right.
Was like none other.
You're right. But a lot of that, if we were honest, a lot of the impact came when he died. Okay? If we were honest. I'm not saying that when
you're
he
too young to realize it.
You're 2 years older than me.
I think you were too young to realize it.
You're 2 years older. What are you talking about? I will remember Ready to Die. I remember Life After Death. I bumped Notorious Thugs heavy, okay? I was a big fan. I am still a big fan. I just don't think he's in my top 5, right? You know what I mean?
Right.
He's in a lot of people's top 5. And here's the other thing. I think a lot of people's top 5 is generic, right? I don't think they're giving it because you have to say Jay. You have to say Nas. You have to say Big. You have to say Pop. You know what I'm saying? And then your fifth is a toss-up because it's like personal preference. Yes, you do. Pac's not in mine because I think
and that's very disrespectful.
It's not disrespectful. I'm gonna tell you why.
It
For all those who love Pac, look, you can be mad, drop comments, say what you want. All right.
That's very disrespectful.
Pac impacted the game, sure did. You know what I'm saying? Revolutionary, yes, for the people, correct, right? I don't think his bars were that great.
Okay.
I think he was a great storyteller. I love Keep Your Head Up, favorite. Okay. I love Brenda's Got a Baby. I Get Around.
Eminem could never make a Brenda's Got a Baby. Eminem could never make a Keep Your Head Up. Eminem could never make a
Eminem made The Way I Am. He made Stand. He made a lot of songs that were real touching. And he also bodies anybody.
As a black man, I don't feel Eminem.
Okay, that's okay as a black man. You know what I mean?
Shouldn't feel Eminem.
You pulling your this ain't got nothing to do with black card. This ain't got nothing to do with black.
It's all about relatability.
Okay. No, rap is about a whole lot of different stuff. Right?
One of the key things is relatability.
Right. And relate to a lot of people. Me, I'm a lyricist. All right? I'm a lyricist. I'm a real lyricist. Like I actually write rhymes.
So as 20 years.
And he will bar anybody else.
Anything relevant.
Now, granted.
The Marshall Mathers LP, he had 2 good albums, and then he fell off. Eminem fell all the way off. Let's be real. Ain't nobody gonna talk about Eminem for the first 2 albums.
I don't know.
And Big's first 2 albums were way better than his first 2 albums. So, and the rest of them don't even count because nobody listens to them. Let's keep it real.
I'm gonna say that Kamikaze was good.
I can't name one song of Kamikaze.
You joined with Jordan Lucas.
See what I'm saying? He's a fan, but he's saying the joint with Jordan Lucas. The joint with.
I am a fan.
What's the song?
My point.
What's the song called?
My point is.
If you really listen to him.
pain. I am drawing a
Eminem,
blank.
if you watch
I am
this, you're
drawing
not
a blank.
good. You haven't
I am
been good
drawing
for a
a blank.
while.
You are good, and don't listen to
You
him.
haven't
My
been good
point.
for a
My point is, sure, everyone falls off, right? But
Eminem doesn't put himself.
I'm gonna say,
he should.
I'm gonna say that
He said Reggie,
anybody,
Jay-Z, Tupac,
anybody, I grade my standards. If I put you in a ring, are you gonna come out? If I put you in a battle, who's gonna win? That's how I determine whether or not you're
That's
gonna
just
come
one
out.
part of it.
Every that's a main component. That's the foundation of hip hop. The foundation. Hip hop starts in a battle culture. Whether it's battling DJs, whose house party is better, whose MC is better. That's the
Because
foundation.
everybody's not a battle rapper.
I'm not saying you gotta be a battle rapper, but you gotta be able to hold your own.
I'm gonna tell you why your point is void.
Why?
Because Jay-Z and Nas got in the battle together, and Jay lost that battle.
You're right. You're sure right.
And that's why that's why it's void.
Oh, but the reason why I put him higher is because the longevity of Jay-Z.
Now you want to add more
No,
stuff.
listen.
You first you're talking about
it is battle. That's all 5 of my people are battle tested. All 5 of them are battle tested. And if you count the 6, Rakim, Jay-Z.
So Beanie Sigel needs to be in there somewhere.
He could be top 10. He could be top 10. He could be top 10.
Jada lost the beat.
You said Jada lost the Biggie?
He lost the beats in that battle. It was close.
I think that's a matter of opinion. That's a matter of opinion. My point is,
This is just your personal preference.
that's what I'm
Because you
saying.
can't
Top
base it
five, top 5 is personal preference. But what I'm saying is, the reason why I put mine the way they are is because of, are they battle tested, longevity, impact on culture, bars.
Does Eminem have
bars.
longevity?
Yes, he's been around. When did Some Shady LP drop?
1999.
Okay, so that's 20 years. That's 20 years.
He hasn't been relevant since 2004. He just had that big of an impact. Eminem would not be as big.
There are no other white rappers that are here.
If Eminem was a black man, he would not be as big. Let's keep it honest.
That you're probably right, but the fact that he is a white man and he is skilled the way he is,
so that's null and void. Like,
it's not null and void. It's just we just have a difference of opinion. It's not null and void.
It is null and void. Because
regardless, anyway, we could rule out 3 stacks for that. We can rule out because he hasn't put any project out by himself. You want to count the Love Below? It's still with Outkast. It's still with Drake.
But guess
Drake.
what?
But you can't say.
Guess what?
I'm not saying I love Stacks.
But guess what? When Stacks comes out,
when is he coming out?
He's knocking you out.
When is he coming out?
When he comes out, he knocks you out.
Andre, I love you. I love you. When are you coming?
When he comes out, he's knocking you out.
Okay.
Point blank.
I'm just waiting. And the rest of the world is too.
I mean,
okay.
And
the rest of the world. And the rest of the world. And the rest of the world is
that's
too.
Exactly why
all right.
Back
to Pac. I love Pac. I love his revolution. I feel like he did more for the culture.
Than anybody.
Outside of the actual,
you know they write.
Outside
they have classes
yes,
in colleges
yes,
about this man.
Yes. Outside of the music,
actor,
outside of the music,
revolutionary.
Outside of the music, I feel like. But I also grew up on the East Coast, right? You grew up on the West Coast, so our stance. Pac had a greater impact, even though he's from the East Coast. His impact was heavier, especially when he got signed to Death Row.
Define where you from, like define from the East Coast.
I feel like where you grew up at, where you born and what type of music like you. So I was born in Brooklyn. I grew up in Charlotte, right? And I was always back in Brooklyn for like summers and winters. So every time I was getting a DJ Envy mixtape, I was listening to Hot 97. You know what I mean? I was engrossed in that. But I also had that Southern soul like Wayne and Tip and Luda and all that stuff. Is still
but I'm talking about Pac.
But Pac, I feel like he was born in New York, grew up in Baltimore, right? And then moved to California.
At what age? I'm still a teenager.
So you're saying that
he grew up on the West Coast too.
Okay, yeah. I'm not denying that.
So he's literally from all of those places. That's what I'm saying. He just loved the West Coast culture, and that's what he felt like he became himself in the West Coast.
I feel like it was Suge bailing him out of jail.
He was already up there. He was already up there with I Get Around. He was already up there with.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is, you saw a transformation from before he was out of jail, before he was in jail, to after he came out.
Yeah.
And when he came out, I think it was Suge's influence in the Death Row and feeling loyalty to them that made him take on the persona of the Pac that, you know what I mean, all eyes on me Pac.
Right.
Different from Tupacalypse Now Pac.
Right.
That's all I'm saying. You know what I mean?
But both of those are West Coast. That's all I'm saying.
All right.
Both of those are West Coast.
Okay. All right.
You don't think both of those are West Coast? Just because
I
you're
don't
screaming
think-
West Coast.
I don't. I
all
think.
eyes on me,
I think the
doesn't mean
sound.
first
I think
album-
sonically they're different sounds.
Well,
When
one
Drake
is,
is Dre's G-Funk sound established like what West, because of course it was Too Short and Ice-T and NWA, you know what I'm saying? I mean Dre's probably NWA, but the sound, the Chronic, once Chronic hit and changed the sound of West Coast music, like Pac was in that space.
but it was all West Coast is all what I'm trying to say.
Okay,
It was-
sure.
it was all
Okay,
West
Digital,
Coast.
sure.
So Digital Underground and West Coast?
Yeah, they are.
So
I'm talking about the sound though, the feel. You know there's a different feeling when you hear Another But a G thing than when you hear I Get Around.
Mainstream. Dre's more mainstream. It's both West Coast. It's more mainstream. When you play I Get Around on Power 106 in LA or Real 92 in LA, you still get that feeling like this is West Coast.
All right.
When you hear I Get Around on the West Coast in Cali, you feel West Coast. When you hear Nothing But a G thing, you feel West Coast.
You're right.
That's all I'm saying. It's two different sounds, but it's both
You're saying
West
it's
Coast.
still West Coast.
Yes.
All right. So that's why my top 5 is at. Your top 5. Oh, and of course, Rakim and LL. Without Rakim, there's no Jay-Z, there's no Nas, and no Big, and none of that. Because Rakim changed the whole flow of how. And LL, without LL, there's no Daniel hip hop. So, you know, I gotta give it up.
I can respect that.
I gotta give it up to the legends. You know what I mean?
I mean, they're legends, but I just feel like the people I said were better.
Are better than.
That's all I'm saying.
All right. So, you want to do top 5 right now, or
Drake.
is number 1? Okay.
Sorry.
What's number 2?
Who's out right now? Let's do Drake. Let's do Kendrick. 2. Let's do Cole. 3. Let's do Sean 4. Which one? Let's do Wale 5. And I don't even like Wale.
You don't, which I'm very surprised.
I don't like
Very
Wale.
surprised. So
Personally.
my 5 are dang near the same, just in different orders.
Okay.
Cole is number 1 for me. Kendrick is number 2. Drake is number 3. So I only given Sean 4 over Wale's 5 because of Sean's bars, I think, are just a little better.
Yeah.
Like, Wale has great storytelling and definitely like rhyme scheme and the poetics, which I appreciate. But Sean's bars and like rhyme scheme is just like incredible. You know what I'm saying?
So, I have a question.
Okay, go ahead.
Because you know, foundation of hip hop is what
Right.
you said.
Right.
So, Cole's not battle tested.
Yes.
But
based
Cole's
on
not-
based on this summer,
your guy on
based-
your list,
based-
Drake
based-
is battle tested.
all right, okay.
I'm
Yes,
just
he
going
is.
by off of
He
your
is.
theories.
He is battle
I'm
tested.
going off of your theory.
Meek is a strong 6 too, by the way.
That's not the only person he battled.
Push killed him, so we can't really like shout out to Push.
I mean,
I'm a coach. All right,
Push going a
my
little
point-
too far.
my
Did
point- did he go?
Did he
No!
cross the line? Did he jump
Yeah,
over the
okay,
line?
all right, yeah. Push crossed the line. However, there's no rules in battle rap. And if you decide to mention somebody's face, everybody knows there's certain people you keep out of a battle. And once you decide to bring one of them in, it's full game. It's full game. You know what I mean? The fact that I feel like Drake is crazy for saying that it was 40 that made him feel like he was over the line. I think bringing your son into the picture is way worse. But yes, Cole is not battle tested yet, right? However, I feel like, and this is my opinion, I can't base it off of facts because we haven't seen it. Just off of this summer run he's had, these verses, nobody wants smoke with Cole. I feel like Cole will straight up annihilate anybody, and I'm saying anybody who comes at him. He wants all the smoke, which is why he's giving nothing but greatness on every single feature he's been on. But but he's also number 1 for me because relatability, like you said, and bars and great content. And I just feel like when I listen to Cole, I feel like he's speaking to me, like he speaks to my soul, like, you know what I mean? And a lot of people don't speak to my soul. They don't, all right? Speaking to one's soul is a big deal.
So, you know, I'm gonna tell you how you're irritated with it, because that's exactly what I said about Eminem. That's exactly what I said about Eminem, what he doesn't do.
He don't speak to
nobody.
He said, no, you said as a black man, you can't relate, and he don't speak to you. I'm not contradicting myself. All I'm saying is that's okay that he don't speak to yours. That's fine. That's fine. That's
Eminem
fine.
can't speak to your soul. There's no possible way he can speak to your soul.
I think.
So
no, he does. Okay,
so
no.
everything
Okay,
you
I'm gonna give it a buck. I'm gonna give it a buck. He don't speak to my soul, but he speaks to my hip hop creativity and the art of it. That's what
everything that I said about the top 5 greatest rappers, you're putting into Cole. This is why he's your best right now. And I'm just like, relatability.
He is relatable.
The foundation, all this stupid
The only
stuff.
thing is he did not. The only thing he did not battle tested. We ain't seen him in a battle yet. But I don't think he's taking an L.
But
you think he's taking an L?
I'm just trying to see why it's cool on this side but not on that side.
I'm not saying it's not cool. What I'm saying is M had a lot of influence on me in my years growing up, right? From rhyme scheme to how to battle to how to bar personnel. You know what I'm saying? And although, yes, his content has been lackluster, Kamikaze was good again.
How many albums has he put out since the second album?
You got Relapse, Encore,
Trash.
What's that? And then the American flag.
Trash.
Revival. That was trash. Encore was alright.
Trash. I can't put somebody in the top 10 that says that was alright. I can't do that.
First of all, a lot of our top 5 we have trash albums.
Jay does not have a trash album. Jay does not have a trash album.
Okay, I'm a Jay-Z fan. Okay.
What album's a trash album?
The Dynasty.
Dynasty is not a trash album.
Yes, it is.
That is not a trash album.
Blueprint 2 is not that great.
Yes, it is. It really is.
Blueprint 2 isn't that great. Blueprint 3 is, I like Empire State of Mind and Run This Town, but
I want to listen to it. If you got 12 songs on it, how many songs you got for it to be a good album?
I gotta at least skip. Were we having this conversation about? No, among other men. I need at least half of the album to be fire.
So you tell me.
And track number 1 got to be the best track. Which Blueprint 2? I'll give him track 1. The track 1 of Dream. And then number 2 is the joint where I know the beat. Touch the Untouchable. It's Hovey, baby. Them first 2.
And then the third one is like the best song on the joint.
What's the third one? I don't even remember.
With your man, Rakim.
Oh, the one where he's
Rakim actually destroyed him on the track.
Right. So even better. So now that even solidified. Okay. But the rest of them after that, I like The Bounce. The Bounce is my favorite one. I know it's a whack one.
You're naming off a lot of joints fairly quickly before you go through it.
But I don't know any other ones. And it's a double disc. It's a double disc.
Somehow, some way, you don't like that?
I like some.
But
I'm a Jay-Z fan.
I'm a
Jay-Z fan.
I like that one too. Oh yeah, I like that one too. Oh yeah, I like that one too. It might not be up to par as what you really like from it, but it's still up there. That's what I'm trying to say.
Yes.
That's all I'm trying to say.
All
so
right.
Jay-Z has no trash albums. Try it.
I think
Biggie clearly don't have any trash albums.
I think that let's see, volume 3. What was volume 3?
Volume 3 was the
volume 3 was not that good either. Volume 3 was not that good. Volume 3 wasn't that good. Dynasty wasn't that good. Even Nostradamus wasn't a great album.
It was okay. It was an okay album.
You know what I mean? So I can't say that all of them they fall. You know what I mean? Even Cole, like even though I like For Your Eyes Only, if I had to rank all of them, For Your Eyes Only is probably lower. You know what I mean?
But in the grand scheme of things, like if you have 10 albums, you have to rank them.
Right, but all I'm saying is that we can't use trash albums as an indication of why a person isn't great or not. That's my point. All right, so we said our top 5. Let's go. Top 5 greatest of all time for you is Jay is number 1, big 2. Pac was 3, Nas was 4, and Drake 3 Stacks was 5. Mine was Hov is number 1, M is number 2, Nas is number 3, Kiss is number 4, and I split between Rakim and LL for number 5. Right now, our ranking is pretty much the dang near same for the newbies, which is crazy because I feel like they all came out the same year too. The 09 freshman class. He has Drake is number 1. That's what we should debate. Why is Drake number 1?
He's just overall better.
Why?
Overall.
What are we ranking overall with?
We're talking business, we're talking singing, we're talking rapping, battle tested. Whatever you want, Drake is giving it to you.
I got a friend.
Sometimes he just said he wakes up in the morning and says, I'm not even rapping today, I'm gonna sing. And the song's hot.
My boy,
he wakes up one morning and says, you know what, I'm gonna rap a little bit, I'm gonna sing a little bit, and the song's hot. He just said, you know what, I'm gonna just spit on these niggas.
My boy KB Clay, if you're watching this, I feel like I'm talking to you because he says the same exact thing. He's like, Drake is. I don't give it to Drake.
Drake is going in top 5 all time.
He may. I don't give it to Drake because I say that same argument he's made about Eminem, I can make about Drake's albums. After comeback season and So Far Gone, which were mixtapes, right? Thank Me Later was not that great.
I think it was.
I will give you Take Care.
I'll give you Take Care.
Nothing was the same. If you're reading this,
I love that. If you're reading this was a mixtape.
What was after that? What was after If You're Reading This? I feel like there's one. Views, trash.
No, Views was not trash.
Views is trash.
You might want to listen to
Views is trash. Although I do love Redemption. That's my favorite song on it.
You don't like Western Road Flows?
It's a great. But the again, no, I don't like Control. It's trash. Tory Lanez did it better. Okay. He did. Tory Lanez did Control it better. But I will give you Scorpion. I'll give you Scorpion.
What's your favorite record off Scorpion? Because if you don't pick this one record, you don't listen to Drake. Do I need to show you the show so you can see?
So my favorite.
And if you don't know the song, I'm gonna give you some homework. You're gonna get some homework you need to listen to.
I do like the last track with by his son is cool. I like the Nicki Minaj sample joint.
You can go through.
Thank you.
Let's see which one you think is the best one.
Emotionless is one of my favorites.
That's the record I'm talking about. That's the record.
Emotionless is hard. Emotionless is hard. I think I was disappointed in Talker.
I was just expecting Drake to just there wasn't no Drake.
Yeah, I was disrespectful. So yeah, that's why I feel like these had some really good joints. After Dark, Final Fantasy, Nice for What, Jaded was good. So yeah, that's why I say this. But I can't give you V.
I mean, he gave you a singing album and he gave you a.
And yeah, so you get the best of both worlds, but I can't give you V. So because of that, I'm like, that's why Drake is number 3 for me. Or number 3.
No.
But I'm not knocking Aubrey and his success and where he's going.
He's only halfway there.
I think he probably will, but who's he's knocking out? Who is Drake? Okay, if top 5, who's Drake knocking off on your list?
Andre 2000.
So he's coming out as smooth number 5.
Nah, he's going to end up being.
If 3 Stacks drop, unless Drake,
Nas is moving to number 5, Drake's moving to number 4.
Why? Why are you demoting Nas for Drake?
Who's had a better career?
We're talking about like hits and runs and stuff like that.
He got more number 1s than all of them. Probably put together.
He does. Okay. All right. Drizzy not getting knocked off on any of us, but you know,
he's the best. It's okay. So I know people don't want to say it.
He's not the best. It's not because he's light skinned from Canada. He's not the best.
But you don't want to battle him. That's for sure. You don't want to go no trap for him because he's going to destroy you. He doesn't destroy. What does every DJ do? They go straight to Drake.
They do. But Travis is not a rap.
So what is Travis?
I don't know what he is, but he ain't a rapper.
What is he?
He don't be rapping.
So when
What's the best Travis bar you got?
I don't listen to Travis Scott. I don't like Travis Scott.
That's my point. My point is that Travis is not a rapper. He's like one of these alternative, like
Future?
yes, Future trash too. You know what I mean? Although I do love March Madness and trap niggas. Besides that, Future
I
ain't.
think Future's trash. I think Future makes good records. Future came out hard.
Future, okay, maybe trash is a two.
No, that's a little too.
Future is good for his lane. And this is what I have to realize about hip hop, right? Is that everybody has their own lane, and we can't listen to like all dope, barring up people all day, because then we would have nothing to listen to when we're at the club. We're gonna have a fun time. We're gonna dance or whatever like that. So Future is good for his lane. You know what I mean? But I don't know.
Future's a good artist, and it took me a while to say that.
He's alright.
It took me a while to say that because I'm sitting on, I was hating on Future. I was like, he's trash. He's trash. Then
I wasn't.
I'm like,
He alright. He alright. He alright.
I can listen.
He got
to
a couple. He got
I
a
can
couple.
listen to at least 20 songs.
I can't, but I can't. I can't. I've never gotten through a whole Future album.
I'm not saying the whole album. I said 20 Future songs.
But
because you know he did an album with Drake, so that's about 14 right there.
All right.
You know what I'm saying? Drizzy,
oh, you probably listen to that too. All right.
Jumpman, Jump. You don't like Jumpman?
It's good for what it is, but it ain't. It's alright. I'm not running it back. I'm not gonna. If we're DJing, I'm not about to be like, yo, run Jumpman back. No.
When it first came out, he was. Because that's what they wanted to hear. He probably got some cash from Jordan for doing that record too.
He should have. I mean, he got his own shoe,
Yeah.
his own J. You know, so. All right. How you feel about that episode? That's number one. You the first starting it off. How was it?
I had to put you in your place.
Whatever.
You know be listening. You gotta teach him, man. School.
Whatever. Richie Rich, I appreciate you rocking with me, man. It's been great.
Anytime.
Appreciate you. That's Crowns Up. All right. Tune in next week. We're going to bring somebody else. It's going to be dope. I don't know who it is yet. You don't know who it is yet. But make sure you follow us on all social media. Make sure you share. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you tell somebody. All right? Remember, we the only podcast, the only show that's going to keep your crown fit. We're going to keep your soul lit. It's Crowns Up. I love y'all. Be blessed.